So I worked at JP Morgan in Bombay on their corporate, the division was corporate investment banking. And there again, actually, I worked only for, I think, less than 3 months. I wanted to do something that was more social impact driven. And so I moved to a firm called Dalberg, which is a top tier firm on providing strategy consulting, but purely for social impact. So Incofin is an asset manager with $1.4 billion in assets under management. We do only private market investing. I had my interview with JP Morgan and they decided, they thought I was good enough. So they hired me. So I did an internship there, which converted to a job. So I worked at JP Morgan in Bombay on their corporate, the division was corporate investment banking. And there again, actually, I worked only for I think less than 3 months and I quit. The place was really good. I have highest regard for JP Morgan. I think they were the best when it comes to running a shop of that size and that quality. Big hats off, massive respect to them. But again, I realized that wasn't interesting enough for me. I wanted to do something that was more social impact driven. And so I moved to a firm called Dalberg, which is a top tier firm on providing strategy consulting, but purely for social impact. So I joined their Bombay team and the team was less than, I think 40 people, less than 40 people. In 2016 is when I joined them.
So I'm very curious. You quit the firm that gave you a PPO. You had like 2 or 3 months of your summer internship. You had the whole second year to think about it. Why did you even join them? I mean, it would have been clear in your summer internship, wouldn't it?
It wasn't really. So I'll tell you why. Because of 2 reasons. One, I think when you're young, there is a certain sort of element of prestige that comes with jobs like JP Morgan, which, I mean, at the age of 22 years, that prestige meant a lot to me. There's also compensation that comes with jobs like that, which is very interesting and not easy to give up. For me, the switch happened when I did a program for student exchange in France as a French government scholar. And I had also done a rural immersion program, which was a part of our internship, where we went to a district called Mandsaur in India.
And was this your second year MBA or 5th year of IP thing?
So the rural immersion program was in my first year of MBA. And second, the student exchange program was in the second year of my MBA. Now, if you combine both of those experiences, one, I saw really what India was like. I think many of us don't have a sense of the kind of challenges that people face in India. I mean, I met women who were still walking 4 or 5 kilometers a day to just get water. And that to me just, there's a switch in my brain that just said, like, how is that even possible? It's 2015 or 2014, it should not happen. And then when I came here to France, I met many young people and people from all around the world, where in India, there's a lot of competition. You want to do ABC, you want to hit those milestones by a certain age. And then I was seeing, people are a lot more relaxed, like, okay, I want to pursue my interest. I want to do something that I want to do. So that if you add those 2 elements, I knew I wanted to do something that was in the social impact space. And then I also thought, that whole element of status, etc., is not that relevant. I'm still too young to think about those things. So that's why I'd taken that job, because I'd said yes to them. So I'd started. But when I started, I just realized this is not where my heart is. So I thought quitting early on is good for them. It's good for me, rather than me staying on for long and making it worse for both sides.
So the way I see it then, Kapil, is if I rewind back to 2014, because of whatever had happened 70 years after independence, people didn't get piped water. And that is how you ended up in impact investments. Otherwise, you would have been one more very rich investment banker with either JP Morgan or in a similar field.
Perhaps.
Yeah, so you have to, I think if I were you, I would thank whatever the governments that came before the Jal Jeevan, I think what's it called, the Jal Jeevan Abhiyan, for providing water in every house. I think that's going on.
Jal Jeevan Mission, yes.
Yeah, Jal Jeevan Mission. Yeah, to provide. So, yeah, hats off to all the previous governments. Because of you, Kapil is in impact investment and not a very rich investment banker.
That's one way to put it.
Do you mind sharing with us what was your salary out when you graduated from IIM Indore and you reached JP Morgan?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember. It was quite good. Must be, I think, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, maybe. I don't remember.
And then you moved to Warburg Pincus, right? Which is a large...
No, I moved to Dalberg, which is a
Dalberg. Okay.
Which is a very boutique strategy consulting firm, focused solely on social impact.
Okay.
So the clients were some of the largest foundations, multilateral institutions like Asian Development Bank, World Bank. I did some work for some governments. So very interesting clients, all looking to do social impact with their. So we did strategies for them.
Okay. And do you mind sharing with us what was your salary once you moved to this company called Dalberg?
Oh, I took a massive pay cut. I can't tell the salary, but I took a massive pay cut.
Okay, so that means something, right? Like you were putting, and how long did you work with Dalberg before you moved to Belgium? Was Belgium your next stop?
No, so I spent 5.5 years in Dalberg. So I joined Dalberg as an associate, and then I grew from an associate to a consultant, then from consultant to senior consultant, then from senior consultant to manager.
Okay.
All within 5 years. So I got promoted thrice across 5 years. Did a lot of work for Dalberg in not just India, but in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
So Indonesia, Cambodia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Philippines, and the likes. And the 3-year mark, I moved from Dalberg in Mumbai to Dalberg in London.
Okay.
And then I worked for 2 more years. And then I moved to Belgium in 2021, end of 2021.
And what made you make this next job switch from Dalberg to this new company you're with?
So it was a natural progression. I mean, I'd done consulting is good when you're confused, when you don't know what you want to do, because you're getting a taste of a lot of different sectors, which I did. But after spending 5.5 years, I knew I wanted to do something in the finance and investment space because my background with a little bit with JP Morgan, some studies in CACS, my MBA majors was finance strategy in some way. So it felt like it was a natural sort of mixture of this to come together. And again, using those financial skills in an area where we're helping create impact and make money at the same time, it just felt like a very natural progression.
Okay. Can you talk about a little bit about your work at in your Belgium company? What kind of investing are you doing? What does work look like and so on?
Sure. So Incofin is an asset manager with $1.4 billion in assets under management. Okay. We do only private market investing. So what private market investing means is that we don't look at companies that are operating, that are listed in the public markets. We work in non-listed companies, and we give them debt and we give them equity. As an organization, we focus on 3 sectors. There's financial inclusion, there is agri-food, and then there's drinking water. And across those 3, we provide debt or equity to businesses. The whole idea is that through our investments, these companies to which we give money should be able to serve the bottom of the pyramid. So I'll give you maybe 2 examples. We have a fund in India called India Progress Fund, which is a 600 crore rupee fund. It's now almost fully deployed. And in that fund, we target financial services and agri-food companies. And there again, with the agri-food, the idea is that farmers should get a better price and customers should get better quality of food. And there should be general social impact around things like gender, around things like climate, and so on. On the financial inclusion side, we target microfinance institutions or banks, which are usually targeting bottom of the pyramid populations.